and welcome to the September Nate's Art Lab collaboration and Art by Sparkle. We had an interesting challenge this month, sorry. And it was interesting because we had a color palette that we had to try to mix our paints to match. And there were a lot of paints involved to come up with those colors. It was fun, it was challenging, and I had a chance to do some texture art. So I hope you'll enjoy it, and let's get down to the canvas. For this art piece, I am using a 9x12 panel, and it is one of these panels, and I like it because, well, on one side you have this, but the other is white and it's gessoed. These are the colors that I mixed together for our color palette challenge, and I did add the Deco Art Matte Metallic in the Ivory Pearl. That's going to be with these colors to give a lighter contrast to what I'm doing. Now, I did add some super heavy Golden's Gel Gloss to these paints because my piece is going to be somewhat dimensional. I'm going to put a background on this on this panel that has some texture to it, and what I have mixed up is the LIQUITEX gloss varnish, the high flow, golden high flow burnt sienna, golden high flow quinacridone nickel azo gold, and a mixture of Master's Touch copper that I had mixed in here with Floetrol. So I'm going to put that on as a background. I decided that I wanted to use some twine or rope or string, whatever you want to call it, as texture in this piece, and I picked out colors that were close to my color palette. Now, what's interesting, at first I thought I was just going to braid them all together, but then I had another idea. So let me show you what I did. Put these over here. So I took, I'll do this one as an example. This, three of the colors were this thinner rope or twine, whatever. And so I put four of them together like this. I did the same with the orange, and then this is the other color that I added. Now this is sort of a satiny string, rope, whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't have any texture. It's just satiny, and I wanted to have something that was kind of the pearl ivory that I was using in my palette. So in order, okay, so let me start over here. Sorry about that. So I put those four strands together, and then I glued them so that they would be one piece. Okay, and I will show you how I did that on this one. Now over here, let me move this a little bit. I'm going to get these out of the way because there's just too much shadow. Now over here with the bigger rope, I didn't have to put 4 together. So I have a blue, the gold, blue, gold, blue. And I glued those so they would be one piece together. And then I'm going to do something with these on the canvas. So all I did was, I have this Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. It is incredible. And it comes with a couple different tips and a little tube to keep a straight pin in to clear, a finer tip, and then this one that screws on. This dries in like 15 minutes, and it is very strong and it is great. It's called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. And it's not that expensive. It's cheaper than you know, your super glues, whatever. It dries totally clear. As you can see, these are totally dried. And I just made sure that the pieces, the strands, were tightly together. I taped them in a couple areas just to help keep them together. And then I just took my glue put it down like that. And just spread it together. So make sure all of these are nice and close. And I don't even have to glue the underside. And that's the side that will be showing on the canvas. So I do this all the way down to the bottom. This one doesn't need anything. It's by itself. And then I'll do the green over here the same way. Then when they're done, I can decide how I want to use them on the canvas along with my paint. So that's how I'm doing this. So here's my canvas board, and you can see it's shiny. It has wonderful texture. And what I'm going to do, I'm dividing it into 3 areas. This area and this area will have the paints, and this area will have the texture strings. So let's get going. enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed creating it. I really appreciate you coming by for this month and watching my video and everybody else's. The playlist is listed in my description box, as are the many colors that I mixed to simulate the palette that we were given. I hope you are enjoying the fall and that you will come back and see us in October for our Nate's Art Lab collaboration. And until then, remember, keep your sparkle on and give it to someone you love. Bye-bye.